So we've added some new features to iNTELLiWEB, which will apply to both base stations and web systems. You can see that you can now apply a satellite background image, which is zoomable, right out to allow you to locate your property anywhere in the world. On the side here, you can quickly zoom to your property. If you had more than one farm or property, you would have it in the list here. You can set up the property boundary in the system settings, as well as you can designate different blocks. And the soil moisture status of those blocks is indicated by the background shading. And when you hover over the blue or the coloured dot, you'll get the current readings from that particular graph that's linked to that block. So if you click anywhere in the paddock, in the block, you'll see the soil moisture status for the last up to 30 days, depending on how many days you'd like to see there. That's configurable. And you can see if you've got a pressure sensor downstream of your valve and it's linked on the graph, you can actually get your irrigation events shown on this screen, showing the start time and date, the duration and the average pressure. Also, the shading here will represent the soil moisture status from the particular graph, which can be accessed just by clicking on the little dot. And so the status on the summary screen is coming from this sum soil moisture graph. So depending on what the background is here, is the same background that you're getting along here. We've also added to the network object list a summary screen where you can see this historical graph snapshot for every block, and you can get the same screen tips show up over the irrigation events and the same background shading. And of course you can drill down to the actual graph that's representing that color shading for the overview screen. So just by right clicking on the screen here, you can get into the settings of the display here, so you can set the screen resolution, what background you're going to get, and how many days you're going to display.